Today we're going to see session 4, the place of God's fire. We've already seen that God is a fire, that he reveals himself in the fire, that his word is a fire. And today we're going to see that God lives in the fire and he places his fire in his dwelling place. The first place for God to dwell that was built by man was the tabernacle of Moses in the wilderness. And in Numbers 9:15 to 16, it says, in the evening, it was like the appearance of fire over the tabernacle until morning. So it was continuously. The cloud would cover it by day and the appearance of fire by night. This another place where God built by man was a temple built by Solomon on Mount Moriah. It was there too that God revealed his fire. On the day of dedication, when Solomon had finished praying, in 2 Chronicles 7:1, it says that fire came down from heaven and consumed the offering and the sacrifices, and the glory of the Lord filled the temple. Where God dwells, he places fire. There was another place in between the tabernacle of Moses and the temple of Solomon that became the dwelling place of God, and that was the tabernacle of David on Mount Zion. It's interesting to read in Isaiah 31 verse 9 that the Lord said, his fire is in Zion and his furnace in Jerusalem. And also there was a prophecy in Isaiah 4:5 where the Lord said he will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion and upon her assemblies a cloud and a smoke by day and the shining of a flaming fire by night. God dwells in Zion, the place of fire. And then there's another prophecy in Isaiah 33 verse 14. It said, the sinners in Zion are afraid. Fearfulness has surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? Who lives in the fire forever? Some people think that's hell, but look who dwells in the everlasting fire. The following verse 15 says, he who walks up righteously, he who speaks uprightly. So it's the righteous who are going to dwell in the everlasting burnings, not in hell, but in heaven. There is everlasting fire, the fire of God himself. Another place God dwells is in his church, his true temple. And we know on the day of Pentecost in Acts 2, how the fire of God fell and there was a flame of fire on every head. And we see this even down through history. The fire of God has been manifest in churches in Indonesia, in Timor in 1965. All the villages, about 1,000 of them, saw the church on fire and they all raced to put it out, but it was just the glory of God. And that's happened in several places, including a church in Oakley where I was born in the 1930s. The fire brigade was called because the fire of God was seen. And finally we see that the fire of God is in his throne. In Daniel 7:9 to 10, his throne was a fiery flame, its wheels a burning fire, a river of fire was flowing out, coming from before him. And so today, are we ready to dwell in everlasting fire, the fire of God?